Insurance company Old Mutual says that it's making 4 billion rand worth of cover available to approximately 430,000 registered healthcare workers across South Africa. Now, the company says it will also give clarity to policyholders who can no longer pay their premiums during the COVID-19 lockdown. And joining us now via Skype, Old Mutual Interim Chief Executive Officer Iain Williamson. Thanks for your time. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
So, Mr. Williamson, many viewers are asking, do they need to pay their premiums if they will not be paid during this lockdown? They won't be getting salaries, or they will be receiving a reduced salary. Can you just give us some clarity on this matter?
In most cases, yes, they will need to continue to pay their premiums. There are some of our contracts that have the provision for what we call a premium holiday or a grace period. If anyone does have difficulties, they should get in touch with us to make arrangements.
So those with life cover policies and other endowments, will they be penalized for non-payment of those premiums, or will those policies actually lapse at this time? Because we don't know how long this lockdown is going to hold.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on the contract and also how long the difficulty period ends up being. As I say, I think it's important for people who are having trouble being able to pay that they get in touch with us so that we can be very clear on the specific circumstances.
So, Mr. Williamson, you say they should get in touch with you. Does this mean that you will be in a position as a company to actually assist and assist most of the people who may find themselves in difficulty right now?
Often we will be able to, but not in every situation.
So, looking at these new regulations, how will they be enforced, and how can people get more information? Where do they go?
Are you referring, when you say regulations? Sorry,
I'm talking about you saying people should get in touch with you in order to, try and come to some arrangement?
Yes, yeah. So, depending on the kind of contract they have with us, for example, if someone has a savings contract with us, then arranging to not pay premiums for a period of time is relatively simple. If one has a life policy with us, then that may also be possible, but it depends on the individual circumstances of the contract and the arrangements that are in it.
So let's talk a little bit now about the free cover for healthcare workers. How exactly is this going to work, and how would those who may qualify go about obtaining it?
So what we've done is we've been in touch with the Healthcare Professionals Association as well as the Nursing Council, and they have a database of all their members. So all of those members are those people that we are making the cover available to. Nothing needs to be done in order to register or to qualify for the cover. All that would need to happen is that in the event that the family needs to lodge a claim in the future, they just need to contact us and we will process and do the necessary.
And how long will this provision be in place for? Because the lockdown has now been extended once already until the 30th of April. Will this cover be extended until then as well?
Yeah, we're making it available from the beginning of April until the end of the year. So it's available until the end of December.
And then what happens if the healthcare workers under discussion here, what happens if they contract COVID-19 or only get diagnosed post the lockdown?
Yeah, so the cover that we're making available is in the event that one of the healthcare workers passes away so that their family can claim, so for whatever reason, so whether they've got COVID-19 or for any reason whatsoever.
So just some more clarity on that score. So if someone does contract COVID-19 as a healthcare worker, what does this mean for them?
Well, if they become ill and then subsequently recover, then the cover isn't for medical cover as such. The cover is in the event that somebody passes away.
And then also in terms of where they can once again go to get more information about this cover, who should they call, where can they email, how do they go about accessing information for this initiative?
So they can contact Old Mutual on our normal customer call numbers, or they can email the email address hereforyou@oldmutual.com.
And then just before I let you go, Mr. Williamson, what is the latest with regard to Old Mutual having won its South Gauteng High Court case against Peter Moyo?
So the board is currently in the process of searching for a permanent CEO to replace Mr. Moyo. That process is underway, and we expect that to be concluded by the middle of the year.
And that's where it stands right now in terms of obligations towards Mr. Moyo or his obligations towards the company at this stage?
Yeah, there are no obligations in either direction. There are some legal matters still outstanding, and those are largely items where Mr. Moyo needs to decide whether he wants to proceed with them or not.
Well, let's leave it there. Iain Williamson, thank you so much for your time. Old Mutual Interim CEO, talking to us about the company offering free cover available to registered healthcare workers across South Africa, as well as other issues.